When do you plan to reopen Greek hotels?
Well, this is, as you can imagine, a very complex exercise. Our government, and with the decisions of the Prime Minister, Mr. Kyriakos Mitsotakis, was moved very early, very decisively, very quickly to ensure that we have a very, very flat curve, and we're very glad to say that we have managed to be successful. But as you can imagine, we're now starting on a new phase of lifting up the measures. Tonight, the Prime Minister will announce the exact timetable, so I don't want to preclude his announcements. But, of course, we're starting from next week to lift the restrictions. The hotels will be gradually open, and certainly the internal restrictions will be lifted during the summer, sometime in July. We should be having all the areas of the touristic economy functional, with perhaps the exception of flights, which we need to agree on, among the different countries, and especially the EU.
Minister, I have quite a lot of follow-up questions on that. First of all, what kind of operating status? So will there be social distancing rules? What are you going to do in, launch spaces or lobbies or beaches?
Yes. Of course, we have to live in the post-COVID area with different kind of functional rules, hotels, buses, etc. We will be publishing those in the next few days. The discussions between the experts, medical experts, and the experts of our Ministry of Tourism are ongoing, but in the next few days we will conclude and publish those rules. We are talking about distancing so that we don't have the kind of crowding that was the normality in the previous years. But we're also aiming to ensure that we have the same kind of friendly and enjoyable atmosphere that people know very much and love when they come to Greece.
Minister, are you worried, and how will you secure that actually foreign tourists won't infect local population, or that also people coming from the city won't infect people on the island? Is there going to be a health passport? Is it bracelets? Are they going to be in quarantine? I don't know how you work that out.
Well, of course, quarantine is not the right way to do. We were very successful in the aggressive kind of contact tracing and testing that we did when we found specific cases. So, of course, there should be some kind of tests that we're discussing with the health experts in order to be able to travel. Ideally, this kind of agreements should be agreed on a pan-European level. We're hoping that the Commission will show the required leadership to expedite the discussions and the agreements, but even if that's not the case, we're willing to set up our own rules and, of course, try to agree those with the countries that we have visitors from,
but Minister,
other countries in the European Union.
Right now, what kind of rules? So, is it a health certificate? What would be ideal in your mind?
You can imagine that every week the health tech sector comes up with better tests and better agreements. So this is going to be an ongoing work to decide the kind of procedures that are required, both before the traveling, in the airport, inside the aircraft, and of course when people stay with us, depending on what they do in the beaches, in the swimming pools, in the hotels, breakfast, etc. As I said, we are setting up those rules and regulations. We will extensively discuss those with the industry to ensure that they both satisfy the ability of the businesses to run, but at the same time they are adequate. We're not going to compromise on our relentless pursuit of the COVID cases. We have managed to be successful preserving the health of our citizens. We will do so preserving the health of our visitors as well, ensuring that our health system, which was strengthened during this crisis, where we're in a much stronger position as far as our national health system is concerned, will be adequate to deal with any cases that might arise.